So, welcome to the channel again, guys. We are here with Georgie Fit, we'll link her on the screen, at Ultimate Fitness in Birmingham.
Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Turn a 10-piece to a 20 quick. I got money busting out the money clip. Make a call and hit another lick. Someone get the money counter, I can keep on thumbing it. Eyes on the money, my brother's got
Part of my Train with Clients series. We're training upper today, so we're going to follow along with Georgie's program, whatever she's got in store with me. And I am super excited, so let's get into it. Feels good, feels alright. Do you come all the way down to hang or leave a little bit?
So I'll come down like far enough to like lengthen my lat without pulling through my shoulders.
Okay.
So sometimes when people are doing pull-ups, like they'll stay tight, and then as they come down, they kind of like lose that tightness. And what happens is your shoulders like this.
Yeah.
So you start pulling your weight through
Keep your shoulders down. Okay, cool. Because if you go, people, that's not cool anymore.
It's not actually that like not. It's alright in here. It's not great. Sometimes it's a bit like. But yeah, no, it's not really.
I just found even in Elite where I train,
no quiet.
so quiet. It's different because I'm basically trying to catch up 20 years on people that are bodybuilded all the way through, right?
Yeah.
And when I used to bodybuild, all you could hear was people screaming.
Yeah, it's not really like that.
It's different. It's different vibes now. It makes no difference to me. Like, honestly, I think just to be true for a minute, like in my religion and my background, men and women are exactly equal. And I think that there's obviously differences in the way that maybe males and females approach things, but I don't think I've ever trained with a female before. So for me, it's more about Georgie as a person rather than male or female. And that to me is an opportunity. It could be intimidating because she's obviously so successful, won a pro card. So for me, I'm just trying to learn as much as possible to get the most out of the session that I can.
And how do you find her training so far in terms of intensity and her strength?
I think for me, Georgie has, like, so far anyway, a quiet intensity. She's not loud, she's not banging around, she's not screaming, but you can tell that she's giving it 100% in everything she does. So we don't need 5, 6, 7 sets, we just need 2 sets to failure, and that's enough to get the job done. Train with Ben, and he really helped me understand, like, engaging shoulders versus traps.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Mainly not bringing your arm up too much.
Too high, and also like...
Everyone who does lat raises, they just do this.
Yeah.
But actually, as soon as your elbow goes past your shoulder, you're just using traps.
Thinking about raising from here instead of from here and here makes such a difference. Yeah. My shoulders are blown up since that, like in not a short space of time, right?
It is amazing how things like that can just make such a difference.
Yeah. I thought it was all about, until I started training with my coach and watching people like you, it's all about shouting in the gym, intensity and just throwing weights around, and actually it's a lot more.
But you have to get the balance, because some people are a bit like pathetic, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you need
They're
to
like, oh, you really need to
right?
focus on the form and nothing else, and I think,
Yes,
well,
if you're a beginner, you can't go straight into like isolation really light weight.
no,
and
learn how to like actually feel stuff.
Yeah.
something that is quite popular at the moment, and the reason on why you see people using these a lot more than dumbbells is for a couple of reasons. First of all, just like the joint pressure. So rather than having to hold the dumbbell in your wrists and drive up, you've actually got the cuffs attached to your arm, so it's taking less pressure off the joints. Also, it kind of stops you from throwing the weight around too much because you're pushed to the bench, your back's nice and tight against the bench. There isn't really that momentum that you get. Sometimes you'll see people doing side raises and they'll kind of bounce with the weight. You don't really have that option with the cables. It's more, everything is locked in place and the only thing that you're using to pull that weight up is your delt. So there's nothing wrong with dumbbell side raises. I like them, I do use them sometimes, but cuff raises I think for everybody can be an absolute game changer. Don't train with the large humans, but because me and Simon are different heights, we have to adjust some of the kit. This is something I always see people make mistakes on. They'll get in a leg extension or a chest press and the setup will be wrong. Like obviously all the machines you can adjust for height, so you want to make sure that you're adjusted at the right point, so that you're actually feeling the muscle groups that you are working. Sometimes if you're set up wrong, you're going to end up using the opposing muscle. So for example, if you're trying to do a leg curl and it's not right, you'll end up just feeling it in your quads and your knees and your joints. And it's the same with this. If this was too low or too high, you're going to start feeling it in the delts, in the traps, just in places that you don't want to feel it. So make sure that you are researching the plane of movement that the exercise is requiring before you train.
So I was gonna training with a pro. So I was gonna bin it off and just do loads of shows, and this is my last year of competing. So I was like, I don't want to do just one more show and then sack it in. But basically I can compete anywhere in the world with PCA.
Wow, yeah,
so I think I'm gonna compete in South Korea,
wow,
the United States and in England, and
that's
then
so cool.
yeah.
And I know we talked about like your class and maybe other girls having more size, but
Yeah.
if you look at, I don't know what PCA judging is like compared to other federations, but for example, the show that happened yesterday, which is my federation, the under 21 that won the overall, he was half the size of the other guys, but if you look at his physique, it's so balanced, like awesome physique.
I feel like I can probably get away with one more year of doing it and not having to push it really far as a female. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to lose my femininity, I don't want to do any of that. So I kind of said, like, even if I don't place first in the pro show, and knowing that I've done it without taking it too far, So yeah, exciting. So I don't know how many weeks out I am yet. I'm still waiting to get like confirmation on where I can compete in the world, but definitely gonna do a load of travelling.
That's so cool.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so
But
cool.
I'll just never have competed with anyone else. PCA is fucking sick.
Yeah, it does look good.
The
Stages look
It's gonna
amazing.
be the next thing.
Yeah.
Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I cop that crib for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and sell out shows and slightly. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even blind to God, please. But I've been short on time, been in the prime of my prime, easy. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that strain of potent just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. So no against the tribe, you lose your. Let me not even say this shit. I just ran out of my patience. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Niggas want me to believe in it.
You get plastic surgery to create abs. Or I saw a guy in Mexico, Georgie. He shaved his stomach hair into a six-pack. He had a big belly like this, but from far away it looked like a six-pack. So that could be
I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Next up. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Next up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need a play. Next up. I need a 10, yeah. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love.
it's tough. It's good.
One thing that I'll do, which I recommend to a lot of people, film your own sets.
What?
Film your own sets.
Okay.
So that you can like analyse them and send to your coach. So I use a tripod like this and I'd set it up and I'd just film my sets, and then like later on do a bit of cardio or steps or whatever, I'll watch it back, and then you can kind of see like where you need to improve next time.
Yeah, because even if you're not the coach, you can still, know how you should be doing it. Right?
Yeah. Like if you have like a reasonable coach, you'll have some sort of resource that shows you how to do an exercise. You can look it back at it and say, yeah, that's kind of what it should look like.
Nice, okay, cool. I need to do more of that then. I need to get one of these little, send me the link to where you got that little thing, will you, please?
Next up. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Next up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need a play. Next up. I need a 10, yeah. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love.
Hey guys, so there's two ways really to grow a coaching business. I'm here with Georgie, and she's an example of these two ways. So number one is develop a world-class app so that maybe people that can't afford to train one-to-one with you can actually access your philosophy, your content, your programs, your nutrition, right? Things like that at a more affordable
so you're
price point.
basically trying to spread your knowledge across more people, because when you first start, you kind of have to work one-to-one because people don't really trust you. And also you don't have a lot of branding, you don't have a lot of like reviews, but once you've built your business up, I can say, right, like there's only one of me and there's the demand of however many of you.
And you want to help as many people as possible.
Of course,
right?
like now that, once you've got all that knowledge and you've worked with so many different people, you have enough knowledge to spread. So it's like a way of doing less people on you, but you get to reach more people. So once you've got the money to invest into that,
exactly, that's the only thing I was going to say. There's two
that's
ways to do it
disadvantage.
really. One, I wouldn't necessarily recommend, which is to give away equity in your company. For a company to come in and they'll have control over that app, but they've got the app ready to go. Lots of people get promised lots of things right now and aren't getting delivered by big companies like that, or to do what Georgie's doing because she wanted to have total control over her app, right? To have the end say, not have someone else tell her, oh, the program has to fit like this, or this will sell more money, or whatever. For her, it's what's going to get client results.
So it's all like in my hands. So like any decision that's made, like it's kind of based off what I want to do. But obviously the disadvantage of that is the money. You have to
build up cash flow first, right?
Yeah.
And there are certain ways to get tax back for so we won't go into that now, but it's
we don't
definitely
talk about tax.
we don't give away our client strategies on YouTube. And the second way, which a lot of my clients are doing, and I'm talking to Georgie about maybe doing in the future, is to bring other coaches on board, because you might have a brand that is your name. And people think of, say, GrowFactor with me, but they don't expect me to be doing all of the work. They won't long-term expect Georgie to be coaching everyone one-to-one. So if Georgie can bring on other coaches who are awesome, but maybe don't want to run their own businesses and have all of that stress and hassle around running it, they just want to coach, and she can train them in her philosophy, and she can make sure that they're getting great client results, then you can scale what's called a service business by having coaches grow sideways who do one-to-one coaching for you. And that's the second way to grow a coaching business. So we're going to talk about that some more. And I know that the thing with Georgie and other clients, they're so precious over their results and their clients, they're scared. They're scared.
Do you know what? That's what I was about to say. Like the thing with expanding your business, even through a membership site or through like getting more coaches, is your baby.
Yeah.
Like and especially if you've got to take out the cash to do something like a membership site. Like for for me, my membership site was a lot of money for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of money to like, not risk, but in a way like risk. So if you're thinking of expanding your business and you're scared, don't worry, you're not the only person. But it's always worth it. Oh my God, it's always worth it.
And you have to, this is one
Or
thing
you can
I
just
haven't
say-
said to you, but you do have to let your team drop the ball sometimes. Because failure is the way that you learn. We've done that. Like we
My
have
team has done that.
dropped the ball with our clients before as well, right? Maybe missed a check-in, or for me, maybe, I don't know, done something, coded a transaction to the wrong account or whatever it might be. But that's how you learn.
Yeah.
So,
And especially if you're taking people on who are quite new into the industry, which is
Yeah.
what I love. Like a lot of people that work for me, like it's their first couple of years of doing this. Of course they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You make mistakes, but you don't really care because not that you don't care, but like you can let them slide and make your mistakes.
and you'll fix them, so long as they'll fix them, and also so long as your client's expectations are managed,
Yeah.
and you're not over-promising and under-delivering, then perfect, right? I don't know what to do because I'm like 2 reps
Start
behind.
with your weaker side every time.
Okay, fine.
So this is your weaker side, yeah?
So
So your
start
left,
with
every
the
time
left.
you do any back exercise, start with your left.
Okay. Why didn't I think of it? Do you know what? This is the reason why everyone should have a coach. Not in training, but I'm not joking. It's like
Thought of that else.
people think, oh, that's fucking obvious. Well, it's only fucking obvious till.
It's only obvious
Someone
when
said
you,
it to you.
Yeah, and when you can say it to other people for 6 years.
Yeah,
Do you know
like-
what? That's one thing that I've like recently. I was talking to Ali about it, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like I need more like knowledge. She
Yeah.
was like, no, you don't, because your branding is lifestyle women. Like,
Yeah.
they just need to know the basics. But because I've known the basics and I've been talking
You
about them
think
for
it's,
6
like,
years,
easy.
for me it's general knowledge.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
So
It's
not.
not. I hate this light because I don't like standing in natural light because it shows everything, which is good. But if you stand under a top light, you look massive.
Yeah, this guy's not very. It's very. It's not very practical.
No, it's good
Very
for.
good. Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
back.
just-
The,
Yeah, show me back your left foot. Now tuck your elbows under a little bit. Yes, there you go. Yeah. That's good. That's strong.
I feel like my definition on the back double bicep was always really good when I
When you
competed.
get in, that will come in, that will be very good.
But yeah, so I probably need to get on someone helping with the lat spread. Guess the
And
cost.
it tells you what the speed limit is. I
Yeah.
actually really need that because I have 9 points on my license.
And let's see if it will drive itself. Right,
So I guess that this car is 180k.
65k.
Oh.
And I spent about 8 or 9 on, actually less than that, 5 or 6 on suspension, wheels, and that's it. I think that's all I did, and I ceramic coated it so it's shiny.
Yeah. Wow, it's actually really sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 3.2 to 60, and I've got really sticky tyres on.
So
Just
if
turn
we say go to Ultimate Fit, will it drive itself?
If I turn around, yeah, but I mean it is only there, so if I turn around.
So that's driving itself right now. Oh my god, that's so weird.
So
if
let's
you
just
turn-
keep your fingers crossed that we don't crash, right?
So you can obviously just take your controller whenever you need to.
Yeah, but this scares me, so I only use it on the motorway, right? But look, it's steering itself.
It literally
I will not
is.
go around that roundabout with this driving it, but
So
if
it
you
could, if you
yeah,
wanted to.
if you let, but it scares me. It
It
scares me.
knows when the lights are